Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here, and today we're into the final chapter of the 2003 season of Grand Prix World 2001, Justice for Prost Grand Prix. It has been an absolutely amazing season, far better than I had planned, at least for 2003. So let's make a little bit of a review. In terms of constructors, it's been a two-team show. Ferrari, McLaren, far above everyone else. Prost is creeping up. They have been the third force, or well, we have been the third force, creeping up to Ferrari and McLaren, but not quite good enough at the beginning of the year to get there. As for the driver standings, it is a 3-horse race, although the third one is a very long shot. You have David Coulthard leading the championship with 97 points. Michael Schumacher is second with 95 points. Basically, these two fools are tied for the lead. And Fernando Alonso with 81 points. It's still within mathematical possibilities of winning the championship, but he will require a bit of a miracle. Then you have Fisichella, Webber and Bernoldi, the second Prost driver. Bernoldi could finish 5th, but that's the best he could do. In terms of other teams, Williams, Benetton, BAR, I think they are better than Prost. At the very least, they began as better than Prost. You can see the final, the performance chart. You can see the final performance chart. Williams, Benetton, and BAR both began better than Prost, but Prost caught up in development and overtook them. Well, not quite overtook them, but performed better than their stats. Jaguar, Minardi, Sauber, and Arrows. Amazing that Jaguar score points considering they have the worst car in Formula 1. Minardi, it is amazing that they score points. All of their points comes from Jarno Trulli scoring 3 points. One of them in Brazil, 2 of them in the previous episode in his home race, Italy. So excellent job there. Jordan, the only team that hasn't scored points, and their car is decent, but they have been unlucky. I think that's everything needed in terms of introduction. We can make a bit of a review in terms of races. Australia, top 4 that you will expect. 5th and 6th was Prost, thanks to strategy. Then you have Brazil, Fernando Alonso with an DNF, there's a power failure. Bernoldi with some solid points. This one hurts. This one really hurts. Then you have Argentina with Alonso finishing 2nd, thanks to DNFs from both Ferrari men and Webber having some sort of issue. San Marino was a bit of a mid-race, made a mistake with Bernoldi, but Alonso finishes 5th. Michael won it. At this point, Michael and DC have the same number of wins. Then you have Webber winning the Spanish Grand Prix with Alonso once again DNFing, engine failure. Michael Schumacher finished 2nd with Coulthard 3rd. Monaco was won by Fisichella, 2nd is Coulthard, Fisichella barely wins it. Then you have Michael in 3rd, Webber in 4th, just what you will typically expect. Ferrari, McLaren, or the other way around, McLaren, Ferrari. Alonso finished 5th, defending for his life ahead of Barrichello. Then you have another Coulthard win in Canada with Alonso 3rd. Alonso wins his first race of the year in France ahead of Coulthard. Then Michael Schumacher wins in Britain. I'm seeing this one now. Maybe I should have used driver orders, but Bernoldi finishes 2nd. Coulthard was a bit nowhere. He was a lap down. Then in Austria, Fisichella wins from Coulthard and Webber. Alonso 4th. Just consistent results all around compared to say, Michael Schumacher, who here is 6th. Then we have a win for Alonso in the German Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher could have used that 2nd place, but Fisichella was on a 1-stop and he was unstoppable. In Hungary, it was a Michael Schumacher win from Coulthard. Then Alonso wins in Belgium. Michael wins in Italy, and here we are. 97, 95, 81. And those DNFs that Alonso had at the beginning of the year are really hurting him right now. But what can you do? You just play with the hand you have been given. And right now I did some setup testing, testing overall 1737 with 99 miles, with this setup. That gave me full setup, and I invested 1 point in grip, and the points we had from Italy, I put them on rain, so we have overall 5 points. I wanted to take a few more to Japan, so that Japan is the best performing car we can get, which is why I only put in 1 point in grip. I could put 2, or 1 point in win. Actually, never mind. Put 2 points in win. That will make us resistant to all wind effects, but I'm only gonna be able to use 1 point in other stat that is not rain in Japan. Putting 16% in the barge boards, that should fill up this bar, and this research should be able to put a bit of points in this bar, then another research fills up this bar, we get improved barge boards, and we have the PR 2003 F spec, which should be the AP0. If 98 was 01, then you have 05? I think it's the 05, the one that we will be having. Race car number 1 and car number 3 have been completely fixed. Every other car is like there, it just exists. We have 9.5 million in the banks. That means we are going to be able to buy a new factory, and that's definitely something I need to do. That will let us house more personnel, which we desperately need. Sadly, our suppliers have not brought any improved models yet. Michelin, nothing. The hard tire has been very good, the soft tire not so much. Engines, Renault, we could have used a bit more power overall. Right, so what do we do now? We head into the race. The Nurburgring, I think I'm gonna be running a one-stop strategy on this race as well. All of the points, because this is qualifying I'm going to be running into, and I just need as fast a lap time as possible, and that means less top speed and acceleration so that they load less fuel. That makes us lighter, and increase that all the way in the session. So you know what? Let's put soft tires. Let's put the soft tires, and we should be fine. We should be fine. In race scrutiny, I'm looking at McLaren, and I'm going to switch this to 20%, because if someone takes our dude out, I'm going to have one of their guys be race banned. That is a fact. Okay? Okay. Okay, that stays at 55. It should be fine. Save the game. Race 1 of this episode is in Europe, so let's go. It's the European Grand Prix. I do not mind the driver orders and stuff. I don't care about it. Okay. Let's get in. Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it. Fernando Alonso is on pole position for the European Grand Prix. Second right behind him will be Enrique Bernoldi. Alonso put on a 1:19.7, which, let's be honest, it's a glitch. He was stuck behind a Sauber, getting up to the corner after the Schumacher S's. They aren't called that at this point in time, but you know which corner I'm referring to. He overtook that Sauber, and that cut like half a second off his time, which, as you can see, it's pretty damn good, got him to the pole. Bernoldi did his time on merit and pace. Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, Mark Webber, and Giancarlo Fisichella are the other people. Fernando Alonso is 1 second faster than Fisichella. Let that sink in. We're actually like 7/10 faster, not a second, but you know, let me hype myself up. Let me let me get inspired. Then you have Barrichello, Raikkonen, Montoya, Panis, and De La Rosa with everyone else down there. Just Verstappen with a 1:22.1, which is, oh my goodness, a full second faster than Luciano Berti. I'm gonna keep commenting on Jaguars until they stop sucking, because you know what? I want to comment on the Jaguars. They are an interesting team. I could have made this about Jaguar, but Prost was a bit more of an interesting story. And I would have picked like a 2004 mod, but there's no updated 2004 mods that let me do this that I'm doing right now. It's only up to 2001, which is a shame. I could like pick 2007, but at that point it's just Red Bull, which wouldn't be bad, but at that point they have Adrian Newey, which is like, we'll have into absurd. Anyway, it's simple what we have to do. We have to win. And it's overcast, no rain. I need rain on this particular episode. I do need lots and lots of rain. But pretty clear what we need to do. Alonso's gonna go 24 laps on each stint, so that his final stint is just 19 laps. 4, 5, and 6. I didn't have him go on the final stint. Only did 3 runs simply because the 19.7 one was on his first stint and just was too awesome. Bernoldi on the other hand is gonna go 22.44. Actually 22.28. Gonna have him save all the way to the 50 and then 17. That way, if he ends up ahead of the people that are trying to harass Alonso, he can hold them up for quite a while. And I need Alonso to pit first so that he comes out ahead. Now, the permutations are simple. I'm gonna make it simple for you. Alonso has to win. He has to win. If Michael Schumacher finishes second, championship is over, because Michael Schumacher will take the lead of the championship and is going to scramble everything, or at the very least is going to tie with Coulthard at worst. If David Coulthard finishes third, championship over. That's the simple permutations. Alonso wins. If Coulthard is third, championship over. If Michael is second, championship over. Anything else, it comes down to Suzuka, and that's my hope. That's what I hope. However, Nurburgring has had a few races. It's the races where I most commonly had engine failure or electronics failure. So this is not gonna be smooth sailing. This is gonna be tough. Hopes and prayers. Send them, because this is gonna be hairy. Let's get in there and try to win this championship, man. Well, not win it, but get into a position to win it. Let's get in. Save the game. Down to 100. I saved in the wrong place. It should have been in 10. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. Prost lined up on the front row, and here we go. Please, none of you drop the grid. Especially you, Alonso. You better stay ahead. Let's go. See? Stay 1-2. They stay 1-2. Okay. Bernoldi, you will block and increase your line defense to max. Alonso, you will hold right there. Alonso, please, no. No. I mean, he dropped to just third instead of last, which is a significant improvement compared to the previous episode. There he goes, up to second now. Stop blocking Bernoldi, have to juggle everything now. Alonso to the lead. Okay, Bernoldi, back off a bit. Back off. Okay. We have a pretty solid margin now. Alonso, do not block your teammate and drop everything. Okay. We can relax, because Alonso is in the lead. He did not crap the bed, and Coulthard is fourth. So the championship, if the race ended like it is right now, it will go down to the final round. Yeah, things are looking good. I think that might be the strategy. Like, hold the orders at 5. It's going to backfire in Suzuka. I know that for a fact. But so far, the guys have not made mistakes. And now everything I need is Fernando Alonso flying off into the sunset. Track is very cold, which is good for us, because that means grip is going to be higher and lap times are going to be faster. It's going to get a bit hotter, but it's fine. Fisichella, man. Fisichella is doing us a solid right now, because he's holding both of our main rivals from their designated positions. Michael Schumacher is 5th. David Coulthard is 4th. Like I said, please, Bernoldi, please. Line defense. I cannot increase your braking because your tires have to last. Michael Schumacher also doing us a solid. He overtook Coulthard. Alonso, do not make mistakes like that, please. This is already stressful. Do not make it any more stressful. Alonso, Michael is dropping back, which is not good. Ugh. And now Coulthard is on the back of Bernoldi, and he's in position to win this championship. I do not like this. This is gonna develop. The positions are going to change because, of course, it's just lap 3 we're doing now. We're entering lap 4. I'm gonna cut the recording right here. This is stressful. This is stressful, and there's still plenty laps to go. So let's cut ahead and see what happens. Things haven't exactly gone to plan because Alonso didn't bring his A game. Bernoldi did, and Bernoldi's flying right now, but Alonso's struggling. He's struggling as much as Coulthard, who has been stuck behind, well, Alonso. But Alonso has been overtaken by Michael Schumacher, and freaking Kimi Raikkonen also passed him, and Giancarlo Fisichella also passed him, so Alonso's struggling. If needed, I can give driver orders to Bernoldi to let him through, but I'd rather not. Like, I'd rather Alonso win this on pace. If it's needed, like, I'm gonna move Bernoldi out of the way, but I want Alonso to win this one on pace. As you could see, Bernoldi pit a while ago and had a very solid stop, no issue there. Now it's Alonso's turn, and I hope there is no issue for Alonso as well. What I also hope is that the McLaren's pit. David Coulthard is still going. Mark Webber is still going. At least Barrichello pit, so I know he's not gonna be a threat. But I think Coulthard and Webber could win this one if they stay out. No, I don't think. I know they could win. I know they will win this one if they stay out. That said, Bernoldi's catching up to them fairly quickly, despite the fact that they should be Bernoldi should be slower, but he's catching up. So maybe the 2-stop is actually the way to go, even with the glitchy AI 1-stops. I don't think I'm gonna cut it here, so might as well just wait until Alonso makes his stop, which will be next lap. Manage to stretch it one more lap instead of just like 25 in 24. Now it's gonna be 25, and I'm going to switch his strategies to so he pits on the 25, then the 50, and he should be okay. Everything I need now is that the McLarens don't pit with us, because that's gonna slow us down and that's going to put us behind the Ferraris. I do not want that. And another thing that could slow us down is a pit stop mistake. I cannot afford a pit stop mistake on this one, or ever. But this one in particular, on an Alonso pit stop mistake, is completely unacceptable. Like, I cannot afford that. This is scary. This is an actual threat today. And DC keeps going. Webber keeps going. The McLarens might be one-stopping. That's what I'm afraid of. Will it be behind? In that case, boost that braking, so let's get through. But yeah, a significant gap between Alonso and Bernoldi can salvageable, but yeah, I mean, Alonso needs to be faster today. He needs to up his game. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. And speaking of troubles, Alonso cannot okay, Fisichella's on a 3-stop, so he should be lighter, he should be faster, but cannot pass Fisi. We're in a bit of trouble. The biggest trouble, of course, is the fact that the McLarens are on a 1-stop, or second and third stints are gonna have to be godlike for us to be able to pass the McLarens. No, don't issue that order. You do not want to like pass them, otherwise you're gonna crash into them. That's what Webber did. Do not be like Webber. You need to finish this one. Okay, let's cut the recording up to the point the McLaren split, and I'm gonna turn that into the half race report, so I'll see you in a while. About time that it happened, welcome to the very early half race report presented by me of all people. Comment, like, subscribe if you've been liking stuff so far. If you've been liking this series, do it. Okay, ahead, good. David Coulthard is absolutely on a one-stop. He's gonna be slow for the remainder of this stint. Giancarlo Fisichella is on a three-stop, so he's also going to be not a threat. Right now, leading is Enrique Bernoldi, followed by Fernando Alonso. That is the wrong order. I need to swap them. But even if the order was correct, it doesn't matter because David Coulthard is third. Fourth is Michael Schumacher, and if they swapped, that will be positive. It will save me, but actually wouldn't. What am I talking about? It will. Yeah. I know how this point system works. Quite, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, right now this order is incorrect. I need to swap Bernoldi and Alonso. The problem is Bernoldi is all the way over here and Alonso is all the way over here dealing with traffic. Not ideal. In fact, let me increase the braking so that he has less issue going to traffic. Anyway, Coulthard is third with Michael Schumacher fourth. Barrichello and Raikkonen are fifth and sixth. Seventh is Fisichella and eighth is De La Rosa. I do not know if De La Rosa pit yet. I think he did, yeah. I guess Panis is on a 3-stop. Otherwise, the amount of pits he's had doesn't make any sense. Burt is on a 1-stop. Weber and Coulthard are on a 1-stop. And it is an early 1-stop because 12 and 11 seconds is plenty. 10 seconds is a more normal amount for a 1-stop in the middle. They had to put on a lot of fuel. So far, good, kind of, because Alonso is not at his best today. He needs to do better. Like I said before, I can't just tell Bernoldi, hey, drop back and give the position to Alonso, very Austria 2002. Well, that in this case it will make more sense because the championship is critical and he's behind, but I'm not gonna be a fan. Anyway, this has been the very early half race report. We actually finished like right at the middle of the race, so it's pretty fine. I will see you later. Hopefully, either when the rain starts or when pit stop happens, because I was expecting rain on this one. It tends to rain a lot in Nurburgring. But it's not coming, which is a complete shame. There goes De La Rosa into the pits. Well, we got heavy rain now, which means our rain points might not be thrown in the bin. The other issue with that is that Michael Schumacher is very good in the wet, so double-edged sword. It's happening. I already prepared everything. Alonso is like just need to put in inters and enough fuel to get it to the end. Bernoldi is gonna pit next. Don't stay out. Come in. Dang it, Alonso. Exactly what you didn't have to do. You didn't have to make a single mistake. Okay, that one didn't took us too much time. And he's gonna make it to the end of this race. I'm gonna give him like those 5 points simply so that he makes it to the end. We might have to pit for wets, and I'm gonna prepare the pit stop for that. Gave him 5 points of break so that he overtakes people. Now it's Bernoldi's turn. He has 16 and the intermediates. Put 5, put 5, put 5, 5. Okay. Now, Alonso, please overtake Fisi. You don't have time to waste. You do not have time to waste, Michael is taken away. Good, thank you. Okay, where is Bernoldi? Where's Bernoldi? There he goes. Bernoldi knows he's gonna have to give up the position to Alonso eventually. Don't overdo it. Michael doesn't pit yet. Good. Up to P3. Good. What do you mean in lap? Disable that. Disable that as well. Okay. Need wets. You do not need wets. You need intermediates. At least for now. And 1. Good. Now. Alonso will need 1 lap. Bernoldi will need another lap. I think. I hope. Okay. Exactly what we needed. Now our race points are getting cashed in. Now we just need to wait and see what everyone else does. Mark Webber pits. Big mistake by not bringing Michael Schumacher in first. Conditions are sunny. It needed to rain longer. It needed to rain longer. No. Michael Schumacher could win this race now. He could win this race. Dang it. Heavy rain. Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this to us? Okay, Enrique's there. There goes Fizzy, but the one that didn't pit is the one that's being annoying right now. Michael. Come on. Up, through. Okay, he passed Michael. He passes Michael. I just need the weather to stay late. I just need the track to stay wet for a while. A bit longer. Michael needs to pit. Come on. Okay, it's gonna stay wet at least one more lap. No need to do that. Come on, Michael. You know you have to pit. Pit. Dang it. Man, you need fuel. You need tires. Go on pit. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna leave it up for one more lap and prepare tire set number 7 for both drivers. Might have to install it. I mean, we have to. I mean, we will have to install it because it's gonna dry out at some point in this race. But what will change is whenever Michael has to. Michael has pit before. To some extent, DC as well. Okay, it doesn't change. Good. I need to pit. His skill doesn't work for him if he's not on the right tire. And he isn't. Come on, man. You know you have to pit. You have to. Come on. Damn it. He's gonna wait it out. He's gonna wait it out. And this traffic is gonna slow down Alonso a lot. Come on. Overtake. Come on. Get rid of the back markers. Yes, everyone's gonna get blue flags and penalties because they're not getting out of Alonso's way. Just Verstappen, come on. Come on, get out of the way. Give him a black flag. I mean, he has a black flag already, but still. That's a lot of wasted time, man. Don't change weather. Thank you. Okay. This has stretched a lot longer than it had to. Way too long now. Okay. Michael is plenty far away. I think if we have to pit, change tires. Actually, we should be fine, because Michael still has to pit, and now we have like a pit stop gap to him. So we should be okay. We're going to lap David Coulthard, by the way. Michael doesn't pit, he's still gonna wait it out. Okay, let's cut the recording here and go back to this a bit. Oh, of course. The moment I cut the recording is the moment we require dry tires. Splendid. DC cannot take advantage of that because he lost a ton of time. No issues for Alonso. No one else coming in. Michael Schumacher's way too far back. And he still needs to beat anyway. So, okay. So Alonso's done. I'm gonna wait. I'm going to give Bernoldi one more lap. And then I'm gonna bring him in. I'm not worried now about Michael because he still needs to pit. He only did one stop and it was a 9-second stop, meaning he's on a 2-stopper. Good thinking of Ferrari to keep him out, but they tried it out too slow for them. Now I'm gonna bring Bernoldi in, and the reason for that is that he wastes time, so that it's easier. Also, there was Rubens. Okay. So that it's easier for Alonso then to catch up to him and overtake him. And remember, Alonso needs to be ahead. Will Michael pit? He's not pitting. Why isn't he pitting? I mean, he's not gonna catch us because we're tired. But still, I'm kind of interested in why Michael Schumacher isn't pitting. He's having a very, very long middle stint. Gotta wonder why he's done that. It's still at 5. It's still at 5. I don't care about tire wear at this point. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. Bernoldi is in. No pit submissions for Bernoldi. Good. I mean, it's not gonna help Alonso catch up to him. I feel a bit sad because I'm gonna take another win away from Bernoulli. But this unnecessary evil, why isn't Michael pitting? Is he gonna pit on like lap 65 or something like that? What is he doing? Anyway, let's cut the recording now until the final few laps so I can switch Bernoulli and Alonso around and get this done with. It's lap 59. And Michael Schumacher has finally. At least it happened, at least my brain was working and telling me, hey, he has to pit. He has to. And he indeed has. Plenty far back from us, so he's not red at all. Thank you, Ray. I really appreciate it. Also, David Coulthard has just pit for fuel. I do not understand why he's done that, but apparently he didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. It's not going to affect him because he's still gonna finish 5th. Look where the Williamses are, but it's confusing. Lap 6 and I have told Bernoulli to give up the win, and it hurts me to do that. Like, you have no idea. He's been slowing down, sadly. Who is that, Truly? I think it's Truly. Yeah, Truly has been slowing down to give Alonso the lead of the race. He's going to quite undeservedly win another race. This one he didn't bring his A game. He didn't win it on complete merit. Bernoulli was the man that should have won this race. Let that sink in as a fact. He should have won this race. And probably should have won Belgium as well. Gonna have him back down so that he doesn't like overtake Alonso in the final few corners and ruin everything. Gonna put Physical lap down. Physical did not deliver in the end, so David Coulthard is 4th. Fernando Alonso wins the European Grand Prix from his teammate Enrique Bernoulli, something that pains me to say. Goodbye Mazzacane. Pains me a bit to say it. Michael Schumacher is 3rd, so he doesn't quite knock us out, but he just barely does it. David Coulthard is 4th, so he's also very close to knocking us out. I think those two fools have tied up at the top of the standings, and I'm gonna need them to lay a goose egg. I need them to... Why is Weber pitting? Anyway, I need them to score 0 in the next race. Sorry, Bernoulli. So 1-2 finish for Prost Grand Prix. We are truly and completely back. 1-2, Alonso, Bernoulli, then you have Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard. That's everyone on the lead lap. 5th is Fisichella, 6th is Barrichello, 7th Raikkonen, and 8th Stefan Saracen. Because for whatever the reason, Weber pit on the final lap. Here is the rest of them. A few DNFs. Montoya and Button decided to be stupid. I'm not sure why Montoya is fighting with a minority, but it happened. Right, so oh no. I miscalculated. I miscalculated terribly. No. So a 4th actually gave Coulthard enough points to knock us out of the championship. Well, it was a good run. At best we're gonna finish 1 point behind. This is a very sad moment. I swear to you I'm good at maths. I'm looking to become an engineer. I swear to the Lord. No. Anyway. Yeah, pretty sad moments. Well, at the very least, Michael Schumacher could win this championship still. And in Japan, I'm looking to win as well. And in Japan, I'm looking to give Bernoulli his first race win. To thank him for all his support. I should have given the win to Bernoulli on this one, but I still thought we were in for a chance. I'm very sad. Michael Schumacher and Ferrari and Fisichella are going to win this Constructors' Championship at the very least. Wait a fucking second. I'm sorry for the curse, but we will finish second in this championship. We're going to finish second in this championship now. I guarantee that. We're going to get something. Got $500,000. Research we're going to do. Spare parts. Oh, good. Finally. It's about time. Okay, everything's going as it should be. I don't care about licensing. Driver 8. We got another driver 8. Right, the news. Added another race win. Got his first ever pole position. Finished second nights looking for a win. You're gonna get it in Japan, man. I'm so sorry. We didn't quite crush the opposition, but it's fine. Minardi getting Michelin's good. Okay, Wirtz is going to Jaguar, as expected and planned. Williams might have some sort of active. What are you babbling about? Anyway, we got Williams. Williams are probably debuting active suspension level 1, so it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna have downgrade on engines, that's not great, downgrade on fuel, that's not ideal, and upgrade on tires. This is good if you have a works engine, because you can then develop your engine and have the best engine in Formula 1. This is bad if you have a works tire contract, because everyone's gonna have good tires already, so what's the point? Yeah, what tires we got? Very intermediate tires. Oh, damn. I want that. I do want me some of that. English is hard, understand. Let's see, can we get traction? Traction control level 4. Our tires are gonna be indestructible. Now we just need to focus on active and auto gears. Let's see, can we steal the active from Ferrari? You do not have the resources, what do you mean? Okay, we're gonna try it again. Try it again. So what do we do here? What do? We are going to store the success advantage for future negotiations. We're not gonna use it. What we're gonna do is upgrade the car, build me 2 more spares, and start developing active level 2, because if we're not gonna get it, might as well just build it ourselves. As for the model design, that's why I saved this research. 1 clock, and as for this, first I have to do setup testing. But first I gotta dump these setup points into Rain, and put 99. How much I have here? 37? I think I have 37. Pretty sure it was 37. Before going there, I need to see if I can move people up, and I definitely can. Move 1 here, move 2 here, and then move 1 up. Okay, good. Just 10 trainees, that's fine. In design, move 1 here, move 2 here, move that many there, that many. That's a value. Engineering is fine and mechanics is fine. Save the game. Wait. I'm gonna save it in 2 because I'm using a different recording software this time around. I'm using Riva Tuner Statistics Server because it has the option to let you record, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'm not totally sure it records correctly because this is the first time I'm doing it, so I'm going to save it in slot 2 so I can re-record everything once again. Did the testing, full setup, full research, construct the component, and we're gonna have an 81% handling car for Japan. Build the 2003 car and build another 2004 car. It's gonna be a bit expensive. It's okay, we have cash. Now, had he done things differently, we would have gotten a 3% upgrade, so we would have only gotten to 80%, but I would have been able to do development testing unknown if the car had any more issues. Right now I do not know, nor do I care. So repair both cars. We're gonna enter 2004 with 4 spare parts. That's very good. And we're gonna enter 2004 with a new factory. Very, very good. Excellent. It's gonna cost us 6 mil. It's not a big deal because so far we have made 7 mil. So it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. And with the way things look right now, judging at our estimated difference, which I'm gonna do myself manually looking at the spend today, we should make 26 million a year if we spend as much as we did this year. It's not gonna happen because, of course, Panis costs money, and Bernoldi is going away, so he brings in money. But still, that should give us a good picture of how much money we should make. Gonna put this point in win, and the reason for that is that that win point can affect performance, and with at least 6 win points, you do not get like massive reductions in grip. I did not notice at this that Elf also brought a new fuel specification. Only Renault did not bring upgrades into this year, which is 2024 Renault moment. But yeah, as per usual, I'm gonna do my usual testing and come back to you to see out the final race. Nothing to play for other than the Constructors' Championship. We can finish second. In theory, we could. No, we can't. We cannot finish second in the Drivers' Championship because Michael Schumacher has too many wins. What we can do is, at the very least, give Enrique Bernoldi one win to close out his Prost tenure. Overall, solid year. Those DNFs at the beginning of the year hurt Alonso a lot. He could have been in with a chance to win this championship. I really thought we would enter Suzuka with a chance to win it, and we would have lost it at Suzuka. You know, these things happen. We tried our best. Our best wasn't enough because our low points were very bad. But yeah. Now we're going to Suzuka with the ultimate wet weather car. I'm gonna set this to 5 so I can do my usual testing, and I'm gonna use the standard seamless transition into the into the final race of the year. Hope you have enjoyed so far. I really like this year. And well, on to the 2003, on to Japan 2003, and then on to 2004, shall we? Let's get in there. And it is Enrique Bernoldi who puts it on the pole. Second, David Coulthard 250 milliseconds away. Then you have Fernando Alonso 4/10 away. Just Bernoldi obliterating everyone. It's fair to say that on Alonso's run, he was obstructed by John Alesi on his final run, the one where Bernoldi got that 37.6. So Alonso could have been better. He could have put it on the front row, but still he puts it on third. Giancarlo Fisichella 4th, and then you have Mark Webber 5th. You have the arrows. They are a significant gap away, 1.4 seconds in fact, but they are there. You have the arrows of Schumacher and Frentzen, then you have Saracen, and then you have Michael Schumacher 2 seconds away from pole. As you can see from here, as it happens, it rained, and in the end Michael Schumacher could not get a good lap in the dry, which is why he's 2 seconds away. Benetton is not gonna see this final race out. They are going to go back home early because they did not qualify. Barrichello just barely makes it to the grid, Raikkonen did not make it, and Montoya also barely makes it. So yeah, here is your final grid. Michael Schumacher down in 9th is not ideal for him. He has a championship to win, but if it says that it's going to rain, then that 9th is just a number. He's gonna be first in a few seconds, and it's going to rain. Alright, so Michael Schumacher is gonna be pretty happy because that means he's gonna be first in a few moments. I'm gonna start with like 29 laps of fuel, like 29. This is too many laps. I'm gonna put Alonso on 27 and Bernoldi on... I could put them on a 2-stop. I'm gonna give them a 1-stop on 30, and then we just alter the strategy as necessary. Or maybe I give them a 2-stop. Whatever, let's give them a 2-stop. We have enough pace that it shouldn't matter the strategy. Actually, Alonso's gonna go on a 1-stop. Whatever. Yeah. And Bernoldi, since he has so heavy fuel, since he's on the pole, I'm gonna give him the 2-stop. 42, and then it's just going to be a very, very short final stint, and I should give him just 20. So the final stint is a bit more balanced. 19, I guess. Yeah, 19, 19, 15 should be good enough. And now, for the last time, let's get to the race. And let's see if Bernoldi can win this one. I really want him to do that. I really want him to win this race. Going to save the game, and this time I did have it on 100%. I forgot to change it to 150 for qualifying. That didn't affect much. Everything here is set up. It's just a matter of the boys having good race starts. Maybe Alonso puts it on first, entering the first corner, but I want Bernoldi to be on first from here on out. He puts it on second. Good. Now Alonso, wait, do not touch anything. Alonso's gonna drop down the grid. Yeah, he made a mistake. Maybe he didn't? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's 7th. It's perfectly fine. Drop the acceleration and increase the braking. Drop the acceleration and increase the braking for both. And now we can go up in terms of line defense for both drivers. Okay, Alonso is recovering now, and Bernoldi should go off into the distance and into like winning this. Alonso is climbing as well. Michael Schumacher did not have a great start. He is very far back. He should recover, don't worry about it. The only problem is that Coulthard is still 2nd, but that should be an issue that we will fix in a moment because Alonso is coming. And let's drop that to 1 for Bernoldi. He doesn't need to push his tires a whole lot. And let's do the same for Alonso. He doesn't need to push those tires a whole lot for now. He might make a mistake here, and that's going to upset me. He did make the mistake. That T1 is very annoying because the drivers tend to make a lot of mistakes there. He is down to 5th now. Is that Trulli? Trulli's again. Trulli's up. Jarno Trulli, man. Now I want Jarno Trulli to get points. The objectives of this particular race are Bernoldi win and Trulli points. That's the whole objective of this particular episode. I want Trulli to get points now. 5 for Alonso. I mean, Alonso is on a 1-stop, so it's fine if he doesn't like fly up to the other guys. It's Bernoulli the one that needs to get away because he's on a 2-stopper, and he should get away. Let's drop this to 1 because Alonso is on a bit of an island. He's still having to catch, that's Frentzen. Should be catching Frentzen in a few moments. I'm gonna let lap 3 go. Jenson Button is gone for clutch. Okay, no one took him out. Alonso finally has a clean turn 1, and now let's boost the braking up to 5 and let him cook. Michael Schumacher, like I told you, he made a solid recovery. He's just behind Alonso now. He should be as fast as Alonso, and Fisichella passed Coulthard at some point. I'd rather see Fisi ahead, and I'd rather see Michael ahead of Coulthard. I want Michael to win this championship over Coulthard. I still have beef. I do remember the beef. And we should have Alonso overtaking Frentzen soon. There he goes. Around the outside of 130R. That's not 130R in the picture, I know, but just bear with us. And that's lap 3 completed, and the boys are looking good so far. So let's cut the recording here and come back when more interesting stuff is happening. It's just Alonso Demolition Tour right now. I'm seeing that message that says Minardi truly took out Eddie Irvine. Man, Jarno, you had the chance to score points and you go and take out Eddie Irvine and DNF yourself. More truly points is like, it always brings me happiness because it's Jarno Trulli, Italian, and it's Minardi, the little Italian team. Why do you go and DNF yourself? I'm monitoring the fastest lap, it's just lap 7, I know, but Bernoulli did a 52.7, which is acceptable considering he's on a 2-stopper. Giancarlo Fisichella did a 52.7 and hasn't repeated it as of yet. Michael Schumacher did a 52.2. We can have as many rain points as we want, but it's not going to be equivalent to having a 5-point weather driver. It's just not the same. Michael is just overpowered. I really want that for 2004 both Panis and Alonso get wet weather points. Because if they get wet weather points and Alonso is a level 3, then rain races are going to be no big threat. There he goes, second in the fastest lap leaderboard. Wet weather races are going to be not an issue because they're just gonna be fast. Also, Fizzy is keeping up the pace. He's not gonna be able to keep it up for long, but not bad, Fisichella. Two updates. First, Michael Schumacher pits, which I think it's in the range for a 2-stop. I'm pretty sure. Why do you cool down your tires? That's not what I want. Also, the track is overcast now, so weather should be changing eventually. Low wind speed, so I don't think it's gonna change that quickly. Just something to keep in the back of your minds, that the track is gonna start drying out. But right now, I can tell you that David Coulthard is on a 3-stop. And Michael Schumacher had a very, very terrible pit stop. So I cannot tell you right now if he's on a stop or on a 3-stop. I do not know. For a fact, I do not know. I'm not sure what he's doing. I guess he's that's pretty damn quick. And that's very unfortunate for Michael. Of course, I'm gonna bring Bernoulli in first. He's gonna get 19 laps of fuel. Actually, let's do it this way. Lap 16, put Inters. Of course, he's gonna be the first man in, obviously. And then you're gonna bring Alonso and you're going to give him, say 8 laps of fuel and intermediates. And do that so that if there's we can trick the game so that he jumps, it jumps Alonso a few positions and stuff. But let's see. If things are if things are positive, Fizzy is gonna keep going, burn misusing his wet weather tires. Let's see, will he do it? Yes, he will. Misusing his wet weather tires when he should be in intermediates. Good. Bernoulli still doesn't have a pit stop issue. Good. And there goes Bernoulli. Now it's Alonso's time. Yeah, he should be easily be in the lead. Bernoulli, I mean. As for Alonso, time for him to pit. He might... No, he won't. He won't be ahead of or maybe he will, because Michael had an issue. We will see, we will see. Michael is plenty far away. There goes Montoya into the pits. Coulthard is over here, I think, stopping Webber from proceeding. And I don't think he's gonna win the championship, man. He is 9th. I'm not sure what McLaren was doing putting him on a 2-stop, but they did, and it sucks. Visit pit, and that's gonna give Bernoulli enough time to come back at them. There goes Bernoulli. In Alonso, no issues for Alonso. What concerns me now is that Jordan... Yes, okay. Pit stop, okay, car leaving pits, no issue at all. Good. Everyone is on intermediate tires, and everything should be fine. We move these 8, and we drop 8 laps of fuel from that counter, put it on inters, and then take off all the fuel. And prepare the dry tires if it comes down to that. Although I don't think Bernoulli is gonna add any more fuel because he already has plenty. Same with Alonso actually. Yeah, he's not adding any more fuel. He's only gonna add 1 so that the calculations add up in the end. Otherwise, bad things happen. Right, so now we're on the right tire. Michael isn't. He's still gonna be keeping up with us because he's Michael Schumacher. He's going to do it, obviously. But he shouldn't be a massive threat now. So it's just Bernoulli against Fisichella. And Alonso against Fisichella as well, trying to get P2. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, alright, Alonso come in, and add like 6 laps of fuel. 6 laps of fuel, put set number 7, okay, good. That's gonna let him gain time on Fisichella. And I'm going to give Bernoulli... I'm actually gonna give him fuel. Yeah, also 6 laps. 6 laps, pit in. Now Michael desperately needs to pit because his wets are completely useless in this surface. So he needs to pit up to lap 40, and you just use 13 laps, and you just put tire set number 6. Bernoulli now needs to come in. Also, we put David Coulthard a lap down, so that tells you everything about his performance in this race. There was a McLaren driver bottling it, being unclutch. Okay, there goes Bernoulli. No issues on him. Both McLaren and Ferrari pit. No, Coulthard. He's stuck. He's in trouble. Prix is gonna beat him out. The pit stop glitch strikes one more time. But Alonso, you will need to back off though. Oh. Bernoulli to the lead then. That absolutely works. Okay, Fizzy. I need the Physicam. There goes Michael into the pits as well. 1-2, baby. 1-2. Okay, now Bernoulli, I need you gone. I need you to never be seen again. I know they are faster now, but I need you to prove you are a capable driver. Don't make me look silly, man. Come on, you can do it. Fly away. Don't worry, your win is protected. If Alonso ends up ahead of you, I will just swap the positions. We might have some solid pace. Although the true pace is revealed after the first lap when the tire wear factors are calculated. Actually, Alonso, I need you to back off a bit because David Coulthard is there and I don't want you making a mistake into turn 1. Michael Schumacher, yeah, he's not gonna be a factor in the simulation. So, yeah, he is indeed 6th. Although he's on the proper tire, the people ahead of him, that's Alesi and Montoya, they have not pit yet for the proper tire. Speaking of which, Montoya now pits for the proper tire. Alesi is just out there doing whatever, so Michael at the very least is gonna finish 4th. As for our boys, we're in complete control. This is our race now. Our race to lose. And I'm gonna wait here to see if something bad happens. Nothing bad happens. Good. Okay. Oh great, it's raining again. You know what? Since I'm already recording, might as well turn this into the half race report presented by me. You know the usual. Comment, like, subscribe, and support me if you really so desire. So, like as planned, Enrique Bernoldi is leading the Japanese Grand Prix, and he's going to win the Japanese Grand Prix as long as he doesn't DNF. Second is Fernando Alonso, having a fairly solid race as well. Both of the dudes having very solid races. Third is Giancarlo Fisichella. Let me put that out so that it doesn't get me out of the screen. Third is Giancarlo Fisichella, trailing the Prost, but being fairly close to them. Oh, Alonso's flying, good. What else? Fisi is 3rd. Michael Schumacher is 4th. Not having a stellar race, but doing his part to win the championship. 5th is Ralf Schumacher, of all people, in an Arrows. Solid job from him. Then in 6th you have Rubens Barrichello. Then 7th, John Alesi. Alesi, I think, has not pit yet, or maybe he has. Same with Brenton. Ralf Schumacher also needs to pit because he is on the wet tire or the intermediate tire, one of those. 8th you have Juan Montoya, and 9th you have David Coulthard, who is definitely laying the goose egg I needed him to lay in Nurburgring. Instead, we're out of this championship, sadly. We can't. I was gonna say we could finish 2nd, we can't actually finish 2nd because that will mean beating either Michael, who we cannot beat at this point because he has a solid points paying position, or beating Coulthard. But Coulthard is unbeatable at this point because he's at 102 points. Alonso can only get to 101. So at this point, what we do is just, at the very least, have Alonso back off, please. Back off. At the very least, have Bernoldi win a race because we've been keeping some wins away from him, trying to get Alonso the title. But in the end, it didn't work out. So we're just going to grant him at least one win from the 2 or 3 we took from him. It's actually 2 at Europe and at Spa. Those were the wins we took from him. Still, it was a good charge and it was worth it because we nearly got there. And it's going to be very worth it because thanks to the McLarens being nowhere, we are going to be 2nd in the World Constructors' Championship, which is a result I absolutely wanted. Alonso, back down. Back it off because I do not want you trying to overtake Bernoldi, please. Bernoldi not having that great of a performance in the dry. Although, yeah, sure. Swap. Just know the fact that I'm gonna have you back off and give the position to Bernoldi in the final few laps. Anyway, this has been the half race report, and let's cut forward to the pit stops, I think. Oh well, here we go again. Of course, Bernoldi is gonna be the first to pit, and I'm actually going to give him the entirety of his remaining fuel, just so that we don't have to be bothered about fuel again, and so that we don't burst into flames at some point, because it could well happen. Same with Alonso. I'm gonna give him his 13 remaining laps of fuel when he pits. Intermediates for both. And Bernoldi first, because of course I want Bernoldi to win. Look at that fastest 42-1. How in the world? Probably a glitch. Meanwhile, the Ferraris are, in terms of pace, they just are. Both Ferrari and McLaren have done something very stupid in this race. Either they have been off pace, or they have been just generally terrible. I guess Ferrari have been the least terrible because they're in the points, while McLaren isn't. Bernoldi continues his stretch of not having any sort of pit stop issues. I love that because it means, well, that he can get out with no sort of issue whatsoever. I'm gonna prepare the wet immediately, put one extra lap of fuel. Gonna have Alonso pitting now. It's gonna take him a while. Always takes a bit of a while. How many pit stops we have? 3. We're gonna have at least 4 by the end of this race. Because the track is gonna turn very wet eventually. We're gonna have to pit again. Heck, maybe it goes intermediate again. And we have 5 pit stops. At some point, I had a race with 7 stops or 8 stops, and you all remember that. It did happen. Okay, Alonso into the pits. Bernoldi should have no issue overtaking him, and Alonso a bit tentative coming into his pit stall, but he should be perfectly fine. Do not worry about him. Alonso might come out ahead, actually. Of course, with Bernoldi being stuck in traffic, of course he will be ahead. So yeah, it should be fine. And Bernoldi is the faster man on the wet, so everything should be okay. Do not worry about it. There goes Fisichella into the pits. And it already turned very wet. Very good, very good, very good. Bernoldi now gets another chance to come into the pits. Load just a tiny bit more fuel, just so that he can make it to the end. Now it's Alonso's turn. Hopefully Bernoldi this time doesn't have traffic and he can actually overtake Alonso. And I've done this so many times, you're probably bored of these little transitions, so I'm just gonna cut to Alonso's. And Alonso is arriving to pit lane, he is in. Just this weather, man. This is why I love Suzuka. Because the weather is so random that the AI is stumped. Okay. Alonso's gonna be plenty ahead of, actually not that far ahead, but still ahead of Bernoldi, no issue there. No problem at all whatsoever, and we just see Bernoldi make a mistake, of course. It's fine, don't worry, he's still gonna win this. You have got to be kidding me! Why couldn't this happen in Nurburgring? We will have had a more dramatic end to the year with DC DNFing due to someone took him out. Someone took him out. Who did? Who was our hero? Don't tell me it was Michael. Okay, it wasn't Michael. Good. So Michael's gonna win this championship, but who was the hero that took out David Coulthard? I must know. It wasn't Michael because he still has a front wing. It was Juan Pablo Montoya. Yes! Juan, you are our MVP. You are the hero we deserve. Thank you, Juan. There is Juan. Appreciate the guy. You know what? Maybe if Alonso doesn't work out in the coming years, maybe I hire Juan just because he took out DC and any chances of him scoring any points. By the way, we just have 12 people remaining in this race. It's been a bit crazy with all the DNFs and of course the people that didn't start. We only had 19 people starting this race. Plenty DNFs, so not that many people remaining on track. I just need the important people, you know, Alonso, Bernoldi, to finish this race. Those are the only people that matter. And something else that I want to happen, I want to lap everyone. The only man remaining on the lead lap is Fisi, and I want to overtake him. Let's see if it happens. Come on. Come on, Alonso, you can do it. Come on, Bernoldi, you can do it. And as Bernoldi passes a whole bunch of people in that train, he puts Giancarlo Fisichella a lap down, which means everyone, every single driver is a lap down. This is why you save points to put them in Suzuka, so you can do this kind of stuff. To break open. To break Formula 1 in half. For this reason and for this reason alone, it's why if we enter Suzuka with a chance to win the title, come on Williams, get out of the way. If you enter Suzuka with a chance to win the title, and you saved up enough points, and it rains, you're winning the title. Assuming the permutations go your way, which in this case they didn't. But, I mean, at this point, does it matter? We're gonna get second in the Constructors' Championship and third in the Drivers' Championship in a car that started like a complete dog. And the only reason we didn't win the title is because Alonso had a few of very, very unlucky DNFs. That's the only reason why we didn't win the title in this year. Next year, we're gonna have, admittedly, we're gonna start with a car with as good of a quality as this car. But we do have a significant chance of winning the title because, now it's heavy rain. It doesn't matter because it's already very wet. But it's not gonna matter because we're gonna have better personnel that's gonna help us develop the car better. Friends in 7 points, doesn't matter. We're gonna have better personnel that's gonna help us develop the car far, far better than the car is right now because we're gonna be able to develop it faster, we're gonna be able to put more upgrades on it, maybe we're gonna get even more driver aids. And that's always good. I'm gonna have Alonso back off from now because remember, I want Bernoldi to win. And for that, he needs to be first. So I'm gonna have Alonso back off. That's the ease of order. So it's gonna be slower. We have 3 laps to do this, so Bernoldi should be able to catch up to Alonso, overtake him, and get the lead of the race. For all of his efforts in helping Alonso win the World Drivers' Championship, which in the end it didn't quite work out, and maybe a bit of a better performance from him would have given us the Constructors' Championship, simply because we pretty much outscored everyone the back half of the year. Maybe we could have won the Constructors, but second in the Constructors and third in the Drivers, it's a pretty solid result, and part of that is thanks to Bernoldi, and to thank him for that, he has to win a race in Prost's colors. And good thing I started this very, very early because Alonso was plenty ahead. Actually, will he be able to catch? Now that I think of it, okay, yeah, he should be able to. In any case, drop that, so that he's even slower, and drop that line defense. So Alonso enters the final lap, but he's gonna give up the position to Bernoldi. Bernoldi needs to catch up though. Bernoldi needs to catch up. He should get there. It should be perfectly fine. Let's see, what's the gap ahead? It's just 2 seconds. He should be able to get there with no problem whatsoever. So it's been a very exciting season. Michael Schumacher is gonna win the World Drivers' Championship in dramatic fashion, despite David Coulthard leading the championship for most of the year. Despite Prost's Fernando Alonso mounting a late season charge, Michael is going to do it. But more important for us, come on Bernoldi, you can do it. More important for us, we are leading a 1-2. Enrique Bernoldi takes the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix and he's going to win the Japanese Grand Prix. That's going to be his first race of the year, the first race of his career. Enrique Bernoldi, you're a Grand Prix winner. Thank you for your work. It's been an excellent season. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Alonso, as well, for mounting a very late season charge. He finished at 101 points. Just 1 point shy from David Coulthard. Absolutely amazing year, good charge. I love this year far more than I loved the previous year. The previous year, we finished with a single win, thanks to the fact that our car was very developed. and we brought a million upgrade points, setup points to Japan. Pretty much the exact same thing I did here. A million setup points to Japan to put a bunch of rain points into this race and just win it with Alonso. And this year we did pretty much the same thing, just that we got closer in the drivers, we got closer in the constructors. And this time it was Bernoldi that got the win. And he got a pole as well. So it's pole and win for Bernoldi. Fantastic way to close out the year, man. It's a 1-2 finish for the Prost team. Bernoldi won his first Grand Prix in a Prost. Second, it's Fernando Alonso. Third, Giancarlo Fisichella. And fourth, Michael Schumacher. Both of them a lap down. Everyone else is at least 2 laps down. Ralf Schumacher finishes 5th with Rubens Barrichello 6th. John Lacey 7th and Tarso Marquez 8th. Tarso Marquez scored points. And truly won in DNF, and he could have scored points, man. He could have, but he didn't. Frentzen is 4 laps down in 9th, Weber is 10th. So Michael Schumacher wins with a 4-point gap to David Coulthard. I miscalculated again. Alonso finishes with 99 points because he only got 8 because he finished second. It's perfectly fine. Excusez-moi. So yeah, Michael Schumacher wins from David Coulthard. He wins the World Drivers' Championship. Good job from the Michael. He still dominates Formula 1. But thanks to the fact that he's going to Jaguar, I doubt he's gonna be dominating anything next year. Third is Fernando Alonso with 99 points. Excellent year from the Spaniard. Then you have Fisichella in 4th, 77 points. Enrique Bernoldi with 60, and a plane is passing by. At the very least, Bernoldi overtakes Weber. After Weber took him out in Italy, he just went on a charge and got it done. Actually, Barrichello ties up with Weber as well. Excellent job. Then you have Panis, Raikkonen, and De La Rosa tied at 8th, and that tie could not be broken up thanks to the fact that those 3 idiots, all of them, didn't participate in this race. Juan Montoya, the one that took out David Coulthard, finishes 11th. 12th for Ralf Schumacher, a tie for 13 between Verstappen and Alesi, tie for 15 between Trulli and Sarrazin. Finally, you have Tarso Marquez with a single solitary point. Ferrari, of course, win this championship with a considerable margin over Prost, which is not what I would have expected to see. I would have expected Ferrari, McLaren, Prost. But instead we have Ferrari, Prost, McLaren, which is going to give us a ton of money from the FIA next year. I really like that. Then you have McLaren, Williams, Benetton, VAR, Arrow, Sauber, Minardi, and Jordan fails to score a point. Despite what I don't get is that Jaguar had the worst car in Formula 1, and they had more points than Minardi and Jaguar and Jordan combined. They nearly outscored Sauber. Let that sink in. Excellent year. We just have 5 million in cash. We have a profit of 2 million basically, and the sponsors are delighted with my personal profile because I am the manager of the year. We did it, boys. Of course, it doesn't make the news that Bernoldi won his first ever race, because Michael wins another world title and Ferrari wins another constructors. Of course, Eddie Jordan is the worst manager because his team didn't score a single point. And I am the best manager because we nearly won the constructors, despite the fact that the Montesemolo won driver and constructors. I won the best manager of the year. Tom Walkinshaw finishes 3rd, with Bobby Rahal 4th, Paul Stoddard 3rd, Frank Williams 6th, Ron Dennis 7th, and that's a fair score because he blew the championship. 8 for Flavio, 9 for Craig Polo, 10 for Peter, and 11 for Jordan. Awesome job, man. In the end, we finished with 5 million in the bank and an expenditure of 59 million. We're expected to make 77 million next year, so we can increase our spending by 10. Like, we could spend like 69, 70 million, which I think is what we're gonna expend next year because of the personnel we have and the fact we have to pay Panis. And we're still gonna be pretty fine. It's still gonna be perfectly fine. Most of our expenses came from the staff, which is reasonable, and from construction because we have to build stuff. and of course the engines. Oh, right. We're not gonna spend 6 million on engines next year. We're gonna spend 0. The only expensive we're gonna have is construction, testing, and the team, and fuel. Hospitality. Next year we're gonna finally get rid of that loan. We're not gonna pay anything to the bank. Yeah, we're gonna finally be clear of that. Finally. So, in the FIA, our current ranking is 3rd behind Ferrari and McLaren. That's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping we will get 2nd behind Ferrari. We're gonna get 24 million, which is 10 more. Man, 12.5 more than we have right now. 13.5 more, 12.5. I swear, I'm a mechanical engineering trainee and I suck at maths. Anyway, we were 3rd all damn year long. Solid. Right. So that's 3 years of Ferrari dominating. I hope to end that next year. And it's been 3 years of Michael Schumacher winning the championship, and he's gotten even more dominating in this year, despite the fact that he got tighter. Why? In the first one, because he pulled it out of the back against Barrichello. Then he didn't quite pull it out of the back against Fisichella, but I mean, Fisi was there. And then it was just the Michael and DC show until the very end. I think the recording is fine, but I'm still gonna save it in 2. Yeah. So that's it. 5 wins, 2 pole positions. 3rd in the constructors and 2nd in the 3rd in the drivers and 2nd in the constructors. That's an excellent year. I really enjoyed it. 2004 is coming, and I really hope that's the year we're gonna get our first championship with Oliver Panis. The prodigal son will return to Prost, and he's going to win us a title. Hope to see you then for 2004. Before that though, I really need to do the tutorial for generating the performance charts, like that one you can see there. That's the final performance chart, which you saw at the beginning of the episode. So stick around if you want to see how to make the charts. Actually, don't stick around, that's for another video. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe, and support the channel if you really so desire. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in next episode, where we will be, actually it's not part of this series. Hope to see you in the next video, where we will be showing you how to make the performance charts, and I hope to see you in the next episode, where we will enter 2004 with a dream to win the title. Hope to see you then. Goodbye.